Hello friends, today I'm going to discuss about the SQL Server backup types. So we'll discuss about the SQL Server backups and as well as we'll show the demo also the how to take the backups and all. So I'm not going to describe the all backups in this video because it will be quite large. So today I'm going to discuss about only for the full differential and transaction log backup. As you can see, couple of other backup also, copy only backup, file backups and partial backups. Okay, so I would suggest go and read the articles for the SQL Server backups and recovery. I will provide the link in the description. Okay, because it's a huge topics actually. The the even go and watch in a details for the full backups, differential backup and transitional log backups. This video only for the demo class for the taking the backups from the management studio. So now I have connected to my management studio instance, TechDB, and I'm going to take the backups. Okay, so here you can see the TechDB one, and I have selected the full backups. Okay, so I'm going to take the first full backups. You need to select the full database, and you need to provide the backup location where you want to keep the backups. Okay, so I have created one backup folder here, and here I'm going to keep the full backup files. Okay, so for the backup file name format, you need to write like that, the backup, then underscore the database name, your what is your, then the type of backups, whether it's a full backup and log backups maybe. Here like backup underscore database name techdb underscore full, then underscore date and time. So this is the complete format for you know the backup media file name actually. Probably anyone can easily understand what time you have taken the full backups actually. Okay, so just provide the complete details, date and times, and the backup extension also like .bkp. Okay, so I have provided here, and then you just click on OK. Okay, now just click on OK. Yes, now click on option tab. Here you will see the append and overwrite. So these are two parameters. Append means if backup files already there, it will add the additional backups. Here is the important things. You need to select the compressed backup. If you're taking the huge big database backup, then you need to definitely select the compressed backup. Okay, once you select the compressed backup, just click on OK, or either you can script out also from the GUI. So you can, here I have just clicked on a script. So now you can see the same, the GUI content came as a script actually. So you can take the backup through script as well as and the GUI also. So now I'm clicking on OK. I'm taking the backup through GUI. It's very easy actually and user friendly. See, the backup is completed because size is too less. So the full backup is completed. Let me verify the backup file. So I'm just clicking. So now here is the backup actually, the full backup. Okay, if you want to take the backup through the script also, you can take it. Before that, you need to understand these are all the parameters. So each and individual parameters having some specific roles and responsibility. So I would suggest better you using the script. Before that, go and read the articles for all the parameters, what actually the init is doing, no init is doing, no rewind and no upload, compression and stats. I have written few lines here, but it's not enough. You need to read the some articles for that also. You can catch the point from this also, but it's not in details actually. So better you go and watch some kind of good articles for all those backups and recovery parameters. Okay, this will be helpful. Like that, see, the no init only can when we are using the backups on tapes. In this situation, we are using the no init, no unload. Also tell SQL Server not to unload the device when the backup operation is completed. So compression, basically it's compress the backup file. Stats, normally we are seeing basically stats giving the status of the backup completion. When you are taking the backup from Management Studio, it will show the percent wise, right? How much percent backup completed actually. So better you go and watch on good kind of articles for backups. Okay. Now we will see here. It's writing like 10%, 20%, 30%. Now we will go and take the another backup, differential backup. Okay, so let me close this window. Okay, see, I want to show you the same full backup through the script. Also you can see the stats, what the stats is giving actually. It's giving the result for how much backup completed till now. If you will get any error, it will write it here also. Okay, any kind of error. So that's what I'm saying actually. Basically, watch the good kind of articles for backup recovery, then only use the script actually. See the append, basically it's added the additional value. Additionals, earlier it was 1400 something KB, now it's added another 1400. So basically what's append is doing, if already the media is there, the same size of media it will be added. So you need to understand what are these parameters actually. Append, no rewind, no upload, init, no init. All those parameters you need to understand before using the script actually. I'm just crossing all the windows. Now we will take the the differential backups. So we'll take the differential backup of same database, testdb. Go right click, backups. Here you need to just select the differential. Okay, you need to remove this. By default it's taking the media. You need to give the specific location where you want to keep the backups, and as well as the name format will follow the same, like on the backup, then underscore database name testdb1, then the differential DIFF indicates for differential backups, and then date and time as well. So this is basically a good format to understanding the backups actually. So if you're taking the differential backup, you should put difference DIFF. If you are taking the full backup, you need to write full, so someone else also can easily understand what type of backup is there. There are other methods also, how to verify the backup media actually. Some commands is there, through that way you can find it, but I will not go in details in this video actually. Okay, same, you need to select the compress. Okay, just click on OK. So again we will verify whether the differential is happened or not. See, differential backup is there in my backup location. Okay, now I will take this transactional log backup of the same database. Okay, just you need to select the transaction log. Okay, and give the backup file location, write it here same way, backup, database name, logs, and date and time. Okay, logs and the today's date and times. Make sure you should give the the key which is approved by Microsoft. Otherwise, if you put the wrong key, letter and symbol, it will throw the error also. So yes, so I have provided here. Again we will go and select the option tab, compression backup. Yes, okay, and it's completed because no transaction and a small db also. So now I will again verify the my backup location. Yes, it's there. Let me arrange by date. So now you can see the full backup, okay, differential backup and log backups. So I have taken the all three backups, full full backups and differential backup and transaction log backups. So this video only for the all these three backups only, and maybe in a other video I will cover the all types of backups. So basically this video I have created for the beginners who want to learn the SQL Server database, who doesn't know how to take the backups and all through the GUI and the script actually. So as you can see, the backup taking is too easy from the Microsoft Management Console, but I would request, without knowing the backup functionality and the components parameters, you cannot perform the backup activity on the live server. Okay, nobody will allow you to take the backups and all, because you don't know all those parameters. And also better you go and read one good kind of articles to understand the backup recovery first, all those parameters, what are the roles of these parameters, when you can put these parameters, okay, then only perform the backup activity and any kind of activity on the database server, live server. So hope it's cleared actually, and the next video I will come with the database restore activity. I will show you the how to restore the database. Thanks for watching.